You see this little thingy right here? It's called a puzzle. And if you didn't know, I'm a criminal mastermind.
At this point in time, I don't believe the Joker needs any introduction. The Clown Prince of Crime has been a staple of pop culture for nearly a century now. He is Batman's greatest adversary, and if I might be so bold with the statement, maybe one of the greatest villains ever conjured and put to paper. However, over the past few years, the Joker has seemingly morphed into something far sinister than Bill Finger could have ever imagined when he first created the character. But to me, a scientist, this raises a most fascinating question. Why do people revere the Joker? How did a comic book character become an online godhead? Why do people want to be the clown? Well, that's why I'm here. Grab your bags and get ready to descend into the depths of the internet like Orpheus trying to reunite with his wife in the underworld. Except when we look over our shoulders, we won't turn to salt, and we'll most likely see something like this.
Society did this to me. They forced my hand. Now I've gone.
Good thing I'm a man of the world.
I'm terrified beyond rational thought.
I can't believe I share 99.9% of my genetic code with someone who thinks this is cool. I really wish their parents would have swallowed. But before we do any exploring, what's up, dudes? My name is OK Kyle, and I am humbled that you decided to check out my little corner of the internet. I want to welcome you to the Internet X-Files. Now, before we begin, there's a finite distinction I want to make before venturing any further. There are two distinct types of people we're going to go over first, okay? The first being those who act and dress like him in a cringy manner, like,
all I need is a little love in my life. All I need is a little love in the dark. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broke.
And then there's this second kind of person. Those people who have adopted the Joker's philosophy and identity, turning it into their entire outlook on life.
Miami is the new Gotham. It deserves a better class criminal, and I'm gonna give it to them.
It's just nihilistic cosplay with no meaning. We're going to primarily focus on these people, okay? Deep within the cosmic recesses of the internet lies a reclusive congregation of zealots that surface every once in a while. It has been documented that they have the physical appearance of an emaciated child. They put starving African children to shame, for they are nothing more than a house of withered skin and protruding bone. When they walk, their gangly appendages swing like broken pendulums, dragging across the ground as they scurry. Their skin can be best described as whiter than chalk and completely muted. This gives the indication that they either fear direct contact with the sun, or they are an entirely subterranean species. However, their most defining characteristic is that they communicate through a series of verbal noises that shift from either a snicker to full-blown manic bursts of laughter. It's also been reported that some of these creatures have deliberately chosen to disfigure themselves, specifically by splitting their lips into a permanent crimson grin. It's fucking barbarism in its purest, unadulterated form. And when the time comes, they scurry to the altar of their clown deity, silently praying to be more like him. His maniacal essence has been forever preserved in whatever trash these ghoulish mongoloids can scavenge before fleeing from the sun. To understand why these people open their arms to the tender embrace of the abyss, we first must understand the appeal of the Joker. Working thesis that young men who adopt the Joker's facade feel trapped in their lives. They feel abandoned, isolated from their peers. They blame the world for their constant woes. All it is sound and fury, signifying absolutely fucking nothing. To them, the Joker is the manifestation of society's dark desires. What can happen to anyone when they have just one bad day too many? To keep everything plain and simple, it's like a Persona boss fight, but instead of fighting a god, it's a comic book character. And when the boss gets his ass kicked, instead of realizing their flaws when defeated, they allow their shadows to reign over them like a dark monarch. They choose to reside in an empty throne, crowned with their negativity. It's like being a homeless man in the Hamptons. You're not going to find any change. These poor creatures were beyond saving. I tried my best to reason with them. They had become feral. They had finally ripped off their masks and put on a happy face for the entire world to see. They had found a purpose and a passion. And that was to lack any sense of irony and self-awareness, becoming emblematic of internet cringe culture as we know it. I also found some of their writings, which I would like to share with you right now on screen.
I don't care what anyone says. Good people get tired of being good to ungrateful people. Monsters don't sleep under the bed. They sleep inside your head. One of the hardest pills I had to swallow was realizing I meant nothing to people that meant a lot to me. You can delete me, block me, unfriend me, and even unlove me, but you can never unmemory me.
The fuck does that even mean, dude? Dull is the blade that proclaims to be the sharpest. These are trying to be deeply profound, but what they really say is, alright, look, don't come to school tomorrow because you never know what's going to happen, right? You remember the Just Little Things meme from like a few years ago? Like those Filthy Frank videos? Yeah, they kind of remind me of them, but just for pathetic losers who have no personality.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's the police, ma'am. Your son's been hit by a drunk driver. He's dead.
I'm infamously known as the real manifestation of the Joker, aka the Clown Prince of Crime, aka the Jester of Genocide. I wasn't born. I was created when the world treated me like a monster, so I became one.
Alex, I would like missing the point for 500, please. You know, just to sprinkle in just a little bit more nuance, I think this guy should have made a video where he did a cover of Pantera's I'm Broken, just to really sell the point that he was created by society.
I was young, once I loved, then I learned, now I laugh.
Aw, my poor baby. Who do I make the check out to? I mean, what the fuck are you doing with your life, man? Oh my god, this is like someone's 7th grade computer science teacher in middle school. What the fuck happened to this man? This type of idol worship should have remained in the deepest fathoms of the internet, but it wasn't meant to be because we exist in this nightmare timeline that I want to fucking escape every single day I'm alive. And just like the name of a long-forgotten Jimmy Fallon romantic comedy, everything came to a fever pitch in the year 2019. Nothing made a bit of goddamn sense. Reality began to warp around us, merging with internet culture and creating the dumbest fucking hysteria since the satanic panic of the 1980s. And the instigator of the societal decay centered around a movie about a sad clown. In the summer of 2019, after months of fervorous anticipation, The Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix, first revealed itself to chaste eyes on August 31st at the 76th Venice Film Festival. It received not only an 8-minute standing ovation from the crowd, but also claimed the coveted Golden Lion Award for Best Film. By all accounts, everything was going according to plan. Warner Brothers were licking their lips, drooling like ravenous animals as they smelled the profits like a bloodhound from a mile away. However, before its release in the US, controversy arose. Philosophers who graduated from the Jack Thompson School of Logic pondered if the movie would incite real-world violence. They greased up a hill and rode that slippery slope all the way to the fucking bottom. Oh yeah, because that's how that works, right? You watch one violent movie, then suddenly an hour later you have the urge to just beat an old woman's head in like a meat piñata. That's like saying you know how to manage a multi-billion-dollar corporation because you played Zoo Tycoon as a kid. Even the US Army issued a statement about the potential of violence thanks to these pale incel creatures wanting to please their god. October 4th, 2019. On the eve of the film's release, police officers and armed security guards were posted in theaters across the country. Vigilant sentries protecting the unassuming public from overpriced concessions and high cholesterol. If you planned on dressing up as the Joker to watch the movie, well, I hate to blueball you, but movie theaters across the country explicitly banned this from happening. They anticipated the worst case scenario. Then the weekend passed on like a kidney stone. It was a slow and painful process. When the sun rose that following Monday, much to the chagrin of media outlets everywhere and to the surprise of absolutely fucking no one with a functioning brain, no one fucking died. There was no carnage to be found anywhere. With headlines fixated on non-existent death, the true tragedy of it all was barely reported on. You see, after the film was released, a neighborhood in Brooklyn was besieged for weeks. It was under constant attack by people dancing down the now iconic staircase. Every time they glanced out their windows, they saw another person gyrating and kicking down the fucking stairs. It was fucking chaos for the entire neighborhood to endure in silence. Oh yeah, there was also this thing about the movie raking in over $1 billion worldwide, a confirmed sequel, and raking in numerous accolades at the following year's Oscar Awards. So what else is there to say about this? Let me think for a second. Oh, wait a minute, I fucking know. If you're going to like a character, don't let it become your fucking identity, okay? It's just pathetic. I like the Joker as a character, as a concept, but even I have the rationale to understand and know that the Joker is a giant piece of shit human being that no one with a functioning brain should try to emulate. Now, with all of that out of the way, I would like to thank you for watching the video, and you know what? Since you're here, maybe subscribe, okay? Tell me what you liked about the video, and you know what? Maybe even suggest other topics of discussion, because I am always looking for things to make videos about. So, my name is OK Kyle, and I will see you dudes in the next video. Adios.